Howdy folks, how you going? Thanks for joining me in the brewery. I'm just sucking on the sour cherry stout brewed a little while ago. I think at the end of the video I ended up calling it the Southwest sour cherry. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, this was the stout. I had the Cuba stout from Brew Day down at Steve's in Ulladulla from back in January. And I added some of the sour cherry juice, the infected cherry juice that I got from Mike out at Buller Creek, that had come from one of the local orchards. I'll put links up to the videos. It's been a long ongoing journey to get to this beer with that cherry juice. It's been floating around for a while. Anyone who follows on with the lives particularly will know the story, because it's been talked about quite a bit during the lives, and the way we got to where this beer was. But anyway, a lot of people haven't seen it, because obviously not everyone's jumping on the lives, and not everyone here on YouTube is knocking around on Facebook either. So there's been a lot more discussion on the Facebook side of things than there has been here on YouTube. But this is the brew that was done or put together back in February, 26th of February. We mixed this up. So we took, say we, what, there's a whole bunch of people here. I took about 11.2 litres of that stout from Steve's, which was just like a very mixed stout with a lot of his end of grains and stuff that he had. We threw some oysters in, and with a little bit of mucking around. I took that and I added, which was what was around 1.25 litres of maybe little litre and a third of the cherry juice. So it worked out to be, I think we're talking about 12% of the total volume of the ferment was that sour cherry juice. Fermented it out with the Empire. Fermented out with Empire Ale yeast, Mangrove Jack's M15. Gave it a couple of weeks in the fermenter. It went into a keg on March the 17th, so it ended up around 19 days, so pushing on towards 3 weeks by the time it actually got in the keg. It was sat here on the garage floor for probably a month before I got onto the keg, into the keg fridge and on tap. And there it's been there for now, a couple of weeks. I wasn't really sure how long to leave this one before doing a taster on it, but I do know there's a lot of people were quite interested to see how this turned out. And I got it on tap. It was more about just getting off the garage floor, but I was sort of keen to get into it. I had no dark beers. It's the only dark beer I've got running in the brewery at the moment. I've got to fix it up. I've got to fix it up soon, before winter does really get here. But it's going all right. So it's tasting time. Now, she's not showing any head here. She stirs it up if you give her a bit of a whirl. there's a little bit of attempt to cling to the glass, not a real lot. Pop a picture down that I snapped after it was poured. Pours with a lovely head, but it just doesn't hang around, and that's certainly no surprise given the that 12 sort of percentage of the infected infected cherry juice. It's going to drag the head down, so that's of no real concern. The colour is it's fairly black, but there is a decent maroon ruby hint around the edges when you can get some light onto it. There is a very deep, almost like a burgundy wine type of look. It is opaque when you get it around the edges. It's quite clear. Again, like you're looking at it directly from there, and she looks like solid black. But when you get the light around the edges, it's certainly taking on the light. Got a lovely colour. The nose is more of that infected cherry juice than a lot of anything else. There's a little bit of sweet malt in there, and a hint of, like a very light hint of chocolate and coffee, your standard sort of stout properties that they're there, that underlying stout, you can slowly pick it up, but the cherry is that dominant smell. As I said, it's not your standard cherry juice cherry. It is infected cherry, so it's more of a Belgian, as I explained, like originally, like Grand Cru, that sort of thing, Flanders Red, those sort of brews. It's got that sort of vibe. And to some degree that was what I was looking to pick up, was that same sort of vibe from those infected cherries. That's what I was expecting to sort of get, where those brews, and you see me drinking a few of them, in the last sort of 12 to 18 months. I sort of really switched onto that sort of brew a lot. But those dark beers that have spontaneously fermented with the cherries, with cherry skins, this was really sort of emulating the same sort of beer. So that's exactly the sort of notes you're getting. It's the only thing that's missing from there is it's got no barrel aging, and it really would be, I think it'd be a delightful beer to put into a barrel, and let it age. I've got the keg of juice and the stout, which was 1/3 stout to 2/3 juice, which I'm going to age, which is going to get me something, but it's not a barrel, it's only in a keg. So it's not imparting any of that wooden, those sort of characters, the tannins and the things that come along with it. But taste-wise, it's got those underlying characters. It's got the sweet body thing underneath with the sour edge working around it without being highly sour. There's no real sour bite. It's a lovely acidity with a little bit of that. You're getting the cherry vibe. You can tell it's cherry. I think you'd be hard pressed without knowing what was in there to not identify it as cherry in some way, unless cherries is something you've never really experienced. But it's not carrying that sort of that sharp tartness that you can sometimes get with the cherries. I think because it's spontaneously fermented, it's entered as it is, and it hasn't. I don't think it's really been stripped away. So the tartness is more replaced with that more rounder, sour, that acidy sort of a note. But no, it just drinks really nice. I'm super happy with it. I know it's not a beer that anyone's going to be able to brew, but like I said, this was purely an opportunity that presented itself to me, and I discussed it. So I really wanted to do this out at Buller Creek. I'm going to take a bottle of this out to Mike. I'm out there sometime very, very soon to do. I'm doing a Russian Imperial Stout for the winter solstice. We're going to bottle it up and release it on a solstice party. A little bit pagan, and getting a little bit into the witchcraft vibe with that. But I'm going to take him a bottle because this is what I wanted to do originally. This is what I really wanted to do with the cherry beer I did out there last year. I'm hoping that I can drop him a taster of that and swing him over to maybe doing a batch, maybe having a crack at it. Because as far as I know, we still got a whack of that cherry juice out there. And if he doesn't, I'm pretty sure we could get hold of some cherries and allow them to come to this point themselves. Anyway, yeah, like I said, you can have a crack at this at home. I think if you were to do the stout and just cherry juice in that same ratio, about 12% cherry juice, so 10 to 15%, somewhere in that range. I think if you were to use, say, like a Philly sour, or even do a kettle sour, you'd probably get away with it. I'd be a bit iffy doing it that way, that you're going to get it too, you're going to get too sour. So as I say, it's not in. The sourness is nowhere near the realms of what you'd normally be pushing. If you're running a Philly sour or something like that, like a Goza or just a straight up, bloody sour wheat beer or anything like that. So you might push it a little hard doing it, but you could certainly give it a go. Be interesting to see how it would go. I think if you didn't add any actual extra sugar, like any extra dextrose, and went with the Philly sour, you may get a light note of souring, which could possibly work. But I think the biggest flavour driver in this beer as it is the fact that cherry juice had fermented itself. Whatever the organism is that's in the cherries has triggered it off. So not easy to do at home, but like I said, there was people that were interested in how this beer was going to turn out. It's light bodied. I've got it listed on the board here at 4.5%. That's only an estimate because I can't really work out exactly what the ABV was, but the ABV was never going to be high. The cherry juice itself sits around 6%. The base beer we worked out was probably running around 4.2, 4.3%, somewhere around there. So it's just picked up a little bit extra from that slightly different, from the alcohol boost of the juice. So it's only, it's table strength. It's not, well, it's bar strength. if I was to do it again, I'd probably look at a bigger stout base, something with a little bit more, just a bit more depth. Maybe a stout, you know, that was going to start at somewhere around 5.5% ABV. You know, it's just something just with a little bit more depth in it. Because I think the overall body just lets it down a little bit. I think it's just that little bit heavier to really just finish it off perfectly. But that's just a lovely beer to have. Yeah, just here and there. I don't think it's not something on a session, but certainly it complements a lot of stuff. That'd be a really nice beer to have with a, you know, with a nice steak dinner or a stew. You know, something good and hearty, good buddy. You know, good beef buddy, hot pot. Go really well with something like that. But anyway, that's Little John Southwest Sour Cherry Stout. Thanks to Steve for the brew day, Maddie for helping on brew day. Made a joke that Maddie did fucking nothing but eat food, but anyway, I didn't do much more than fucking eat food on the day myself and make a mess. But anyway, guys, got any questions, comments, stick them down the bottom. Patrons of the channel, thank you very much for your support as always. Few new Patreons just jumped on board. Peter Everett and David Edwards. Guys, welcome to the Little Johns. Hope you enjoy your time. As always, thanks for the support. If you're interested, check the link out down below. If you subscribe to the channel, thank you. If you're not, hit the subscribe button down there. Ring the bell. Get notified when there's a new video. And if you like what's going on, and what's not to like, give me a thumbs up. But for now, that's me. One mouthful to go. So I'm going to have to wrap this up regardless. So, till I see you again on the next video, when we're, I know we brew beer, we drink beer, we talk beer. So until then, good brewing.